Another segment of the Sit Down with Malik Wright presented by First Star Logistics. On this segment, I'll be discussing the downfall of Justin Fields. A lot of people hyped Justin Fields coming into the season. People said he was going to have MVP like performance this year. People said he was going to progress as a passer because the Bears went out there and grabbed DJ Moore, so on and so forth. Through 2 weeks, Justin Fields has looked like crap. Justin Fields has not taken that next step that we all thought he was going to take. And while I'd love to come here and absolutely ridicule, destroy, and talk about the lack of explosion for that offense, the deficiencies from Justin Fields as a passer, I'm looking at the offensive coordinator for the Bears that I tried to tell everybody about, Luke Getsky. Okay. We're talking about how the Bears have only two design quarterback runs this football season. And if there's one thing Justin Fields is really good at, he ain't good as a passer, but if there's one thing he's really good at, right, is getting his legs involved. You are not setting your quarterback up to succeed. Everybody loves the favorite word for everybody to throw around is systems. When Nick Sirianni, when he first took over as the Eagles coach, we laughed at him because his first presser, he said, the players got to learn the system. And if they learn the system, then they'll be good in the system. And that's what he kept talking about. Right now, the Bears don't have a system, right? Right now, the Bears don't have a system. It's the offense has no identity. It lacks creativity. You are not allowing your quarterback to utilize one of his best skill sets and weapons. Every quarterback in the National Football League plays in some sort of a system that works for them. Patrick Mahomes, it's taking deep shots down the field and getting the zone runs involved. The same thing, very similar to Josh Allen. Can't say anything about the Bengals. The Bengals don't have an offensive identity, but you look at certain teams use RPO for like Tua or read options and things of that nature, like the Eagles do for Jalen Hurts, along with RPO. Right now, the Bears aren't doing anything to help their young passer. And we're going to look at it and we're going to say easily Justin Fields was the issue. He might be the issue. I do think he is part of the issue. But I also think the reason why he is part of the issue is because he's not being allowed to play within the structure that fits his skill set. And right now, it sucks because the Bears fans had so much hope going into the season. We got DJ Moore. We saw Justin Fields take the next step last year. We believe that he's going to take even a bigger step, this year, and that just has not happened, man. So when I look at it, man, I remember how excited people all were and how all over the Bears people were and how all over Justin Field. We even had people telling me they're going to win the division. So like the fact that they are where they are right now, and Justin Fields has looked as bad as he has. I can't give the young guy all the blame. I've got to blame their offensive play caller, who everybody thought was going to get the best out of him, so on and so forth. And it has been anything but that. Lugetzky Bears coaching staff, shame on you guys because you guys are failing Justin Fields. Just to be quite honest with you, Daniel, what are your thoughts?
Man, I've got a lot of thoughts. First off, I'll admit the Bears aren't doing nearly as good as I thought they were going to do. Luke Getsky, first thing, I agree. 2 design runs for a quarterback that has elite talent on the run on the ground. What are you doing, right? Justin Fields, you got to play with the situation. And Justin Fields as a passer has looked terrible. We're probably gonna put something up right here. There was a play where he had 3 guys wide open in the red zone. There was a seam route, there was a running back, and there was I believe a shallow crosser. And what did he do? He missed all of them and tried running right up the middle into a sack. Justin Fields isn't a good passer, right? So what do you have to do?
He doesn't see the field well either.
Not at all. And even back at Ohio State, that was one of our things where the concern was, okay, his receivers, the schemes guys wide open. You got receivers like Jackson Smith and Jig, but you got all this talent at Ohio State. And how is that going to translate? You're telling me in his 3rd year, you have Darnell Mooney as your second receiver. You have a rookie running back, Roshan Johnson, Khalil Herbert. That's who you're relying on? Like, I don't know what the Bears are trying to do. Next year, they have the most cap space in the NFL. What, you're going to go into your 4th year and be like, okay, now let's take a splash. DJ Moore's fine, but is he an A.J. Brown? Is he a Stephon Diggs? Is he a Calvin Ridley type receiver? No. And then the offensive line is full of, makeshift guys, young rookies, young, what are you doing? The defense isn't good. What are the Bears doing? That's my question, right? You look at the draft, they've got the number 3 overall pick right now and the number 10 overall pick. In my eyes, what the Bears need to do, they need to clean house, fire Matt Eberflus, fire Luke Getsky, and you need to get a different quarterback because this is year 3. This is not his 7th start in the NFL. This is his 20-something start in the NFL. You've already had time, Justin Fields. You need a great situation around you, and the Bears are not building that.
Right.
They lead the NFL in cap space next year. It's at that point, it's too late. You're gone through 30-something games, and
But
now
are we more inclined to think that they'd move on from Matt Eberflus, or would they move on from Justin Fields? Because we know they weren't even the most sold on him when that coaching staff first took over. Obviously, his first coach was Matt Nagy and all that kind of stuff like that. But when do you start asking yourself, is Justin Fields just not the guy? And that's a real question that has to happen, right?
But we even talked about it too. Like last year, we said they probably don't believe in Justin Fields because look at the talent they rolled out last year.
And ideally, Matt Eberflus will always have that excuse. Hey, every coach that takes over a football team has the ability to draft his quarterback unless they are taking over a team with a long-term veteran there that has proven he is one of the better quarterbacks in the National Football League. But for this situation, they're in. Matt Eberflus never got the opportunity to draft his quarterback.
Yeah.
So when you have a quarterback class that's coming out, that seems to be one of the stronger ones. What's going to stop the Bears from saying, okay, Matt, this is going to be the year we allow you to actually draft your guy? Maybe we trade Justin Fields to a quarterback needy team. Maybe we trade Justin Fields to the damn Minnesota Vikings, right? Maybe we trade him somewhere like that. Maybe we give him an opportunity to start fresh, start new, because they're going to be teams that are going to be looking for a young quarterback, a young signal caller. There's going to be teams. So what's going to stop them from doing that, right? So the fact of the matter is, I think that there is I think the Justin Fields hype train has definitely calmed down, but I also think that it's time to get really real with ourselves. If I'm the Bears brass and I'm saying, okay, maybe this guy is not the guy that we thought he was going to be.
Let me retract my statement about Matt Eberflus and let me talk about Ryan Poles really quickly. This is his fault. Ryan Poles, he was a former offensive lineman in the NFL, and this is the product that you roll out at the offensive line, right? You sign Nate Davis, you draft Darnell Wright, and that's your solution. Also, this free agency, you spend money on TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, and that's where you're spending your biggest money at linebacker, respectfully, for a team that's, in the position that they're in, a team that's supposed to be developing talent. You spend it at linebacker, and then last year in the draft, you draft safety and you draft the cornerback. That's your priority. And then let's talk about him evaluating receiver talent respectfully. Darnell Mooney is fine. DJ Moore, is that your number 1 receiver? Is that the guy that you go trade for? And then Velus Jones, they drafted him. What are we doing, Ryan Poles? Respectfully, what are we doing? What's your play? You could have 2 top 10 picks this upcoming draft. That's fine. What's been your play the past 2 years? So I retract my statement about Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles. I'm just concerned how he's building this team.
Yeah, it remains to be seen what the end result is going to be for the Bears and what they wind up going with. I think they're probably more inclined to restart at the quarterback position than they are with the coaching staff. But let us know down in the comment section. What do you guys think the future holds for Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears? Do I not know what I'm talking about? Does Daniel know what he's talking about? Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? I'm really curious to hear what your opinions are. If you guys like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when we go live from the First Star Logistics studio when we upload content.